Welcome to the third episode of my Forever World. My only goal for today is to get blaze rods, because I'm hoping to beat the Ender Dragon in the next episode. I started tunneling in one direction. The terrain in the Nether can be very treacherous, and I like having safe paths to move around without risking getting hit by a ghost, falling in lava, or being attacked by Enderman, piglins, hoglins, you name it. Everything went pretty smoothly except for this part where I had to bridge to the other side, but that wasn't much of a problem. I'm also collecting lots of quartz because I need to make automatic farms as well in the future. Like, I'm hoping to make a sugarcane farm soon because once I get an elytra I need rockets. Gunpowder is an issue for another day. So I found a bastion instead of a nether fortress, and I decided to loot it because it was one of those treasure rooms and I really want a netherite upgrade. So in the bastion there are dangerous troops like the brutes. So, like the brave hero I am, I'll keep a safe distance. After dealing with the brutes that were in plain sight, I headed down. After dealing with the piglin, because I'm not wearing any gold. So they pose a threat as well. I know I seem overly cautious, even though I have Prot 4 armor, but one wrong move could get me killed, so I'm just not taking any chances.
At this moment he knew.
Right now, pretty much all the piglins and the brutes have been taken care of, and I can just roam through this bastion without having a worry. So I gathered all the gold I could find, took care of a few piglins I missed, and even fell into lava like a noob. I don't know what came over me at that moment, but I wasn't really thinking straight. Thanks to my protection 4 and feather falling, it wasn't much of an issue, but I'm not going to do that again in the future. So I had boxed myself in and logged off for the day, so now we get to see what I got in the chest, and it was pretty good. There was no netherite ingots, but the other loot was pretty nice. The other chest was pretty bad, so I decided to gather some lanterns for any future builds. I then found a third chest, which also didn't have much. I then headed to the other part of the structure because there is a chest somewhere there. I got lucky because the only thing I still wanted was an armor trimmer, and that's exactly what I got. I then stopped recording and looked for a nether fortress, which actually took me a lot longer than I anticipated. And this one was in a warped forest, which actually felt pretty safe. It wasn't very tall, there wasn't lava surrounding it. I never felt like I was in real danger. On the way to the fortress, I had found a ruined nether portal, so I had decided that once I found one of these fortresses, I would make a nether portal. Hopefully, in the near future, I can make paths that connect all of these portals so that I can move around much quicker. So during my stay in the fortress, I didn't find a single blaze spawner, not once. But blazes kept finding me, so that wasn't much of an issue. By the way, I kept seeing this one pig who seemed to have the face of a wither skeleton. And only after I went over the footage did I realize he probably just picked up a wither skeleton skull that I had dropped when I was fighting a wither skeleton. So yeah, I lost the opportunity to have two wither skulls because I did find another one eventually later. Yeah, this fortress was quite a maze, but luckily I never got lost. I found my way all the way back eventually. Here I was looking for a spawner, but I never really saw one. Once I was done exploring at the one side, I went all the way to the other side, where I finally found some nether wart. By now, I was pretty much ready to head back home. I had enough blaze rods for ender eyes and any potion I'd want to brew up. This is the time I got the wither skull, as I mentioned earlier. That skull actually gave me a little bit of confidence to go fight a few more wither skeletons because I hoped to get another skull. But my luck had run out and I was too tired to continue. So I used the zombified piglin as my shield while fighting off a few blazes and then headed all the way back. So as I make this portal, I want to briefly explain what happens after I go into the overworld. I arrive at a cherry grove a few thousand blocks away from my trading hall. That's where I collect these pink flowers and the cherry blossom tree saplings. On my way back, I find one of those pale gardens where I collect the saplings for that tree as well. And right next to the pale garden is this decent sized dark oak forest, and it had this very large hill where there was a open lush cave beneath it. So there's quite a lot that I can scratch off of. I have to buy from the wandering trader, like moss, pale moss, glowberries, and saplings for any of those trees that I haven't collected yet. So that was all for today. The next episode, we're going to the end, and we're beating the Ender Dragon.